Hello friends, in the series on the income tax cases, today we will discuss an issue in regard to the section 68 addition, where there is allegation on the assessee that the assessee is not able to prove the genuineness of the loan taken from the various parties. The issue before the Chandigarh ITAT A bench was that if the assessee has taken some loans from some parties and those parties are filing their income tax return in loss, and if their bank statements show on the same day the credit entry on which there was debit entry for giving the loan to the assessee, so whether in that case simply because the lenders are filing their returns in loss can be the subject matter of making the addition of the assessee on behalf of their weak credit worthiness. This issue has been taken up by the Chandigarh ITAT A bench in the case of Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax versus Ganeshe Overseas Industries Limited. This case is reported in 123 ITR Tribunal, short notes, page number 57. And the date of the judgment is 11th April 2025. The assessment proceedings of the assessee were going on. There was allegation on the assessee that the assessee has taken bogus loans, and to prove the identity, creditworthiness and genuineness of those loans, the assessee submitted their income tax returns and the bank statements. It was the observation of the learned assessing officer that when the loans were advanced to the assessee from the two parties, that is B and V, then on the same date those parties have received the amount in their bank account and they have advanced the same amount to the assessee. And it was also observed by the learned assessing officer that the lenders are filing their returns in loss, so their credit worthiness is in doubt. So on these basis, the learned assessing officer made the addition under section 68. The assessee filed the appeal before the CIT appeal. The assessee did not file any application under Rule 46A for submitting the additional evidences. But during the assessment proceedings, the CIT appeal asked the assessee to provide the sources of income of the lenders. In response to that inquiry by the CIT appeal, the assessee submitted a chart in which the assessee explained the source of funds of the lenders, and assessee also submitted the bank statement of those parties who have advanced to the lenders and then the amount has come to the assessee. CIT appeal also shared all this information with the assessing officer through mail for his comments, but the assessing officer didn't make any comment, so the CIT appeal gave relief to the assessee. The revenue filed this appeal to the tribunal, and the revenue's first contention was that no opportunity has been given to the assessing officer to comment on the additional evidences admitted by the Commissioner of Income Tax Appeals. On this ground, the tribunal said that there is Rule 46A sub Rule 4, which says that the CIT appeal has the power to independently examine or call for any information or make any inquiry as it deems fits, because he has the coterminous power with the assessing officer. The tribunal said that in the present case, there was no application of additional evidence submitted by the assessee, and the CIT appeal do have the power to make any inquiry. And even then, although the CIT appeal was not required to make or ask any comment from the AO, because this was not in the form of additional evidence, but yet he shared a mail with the AO and the AO did not make any comment on that. So it cannot be said that the opportunity is not given to the AO, and more or less in the present case, the document submitted by the assessee on the information seeking by the CIT appeal were not in the definition of the additional evidences. So on this ground, the appeal of the revenue is not acceptable. And on the main point, the tribunal said that only because the lenders are filing their returns in loss cannot be a subject matter of making the addition on the basis of their weak credit worthiness. The tribunal said that in the present case, the assessee has submitted confirmation, bank statements, and even the CIT appeal has inquired the source of the funds. So in the present case, there is no doubt about the credit worthiness of the lenders, and the additions deserve to be deleted under section 68. Friends, this case is very important because in a number of the cases, the department makes a view only on the basis of the returned income of the lenders that their credit worthiness is not justified. And it has been seen in the recent past that a number of the notices has been issued by taking the base that since the lenders have filing their returns at a low figure or at a loss figure, so they are making a conclusion that the amount received by the assessee are not genuine. So this case is very helpful because it gives an impression that only because the lenders' returns are in loss cannot give a free hand to the assessing officer to make the addition just on the basis that the loss making concerns cannot make the advances to the other parties. At the end of this video, once again, I am repeating the name of the case. The name of the case is Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax versus Ganesh A Overseas Industries Limited, and this case is reported in 123 ITR Tribunal Short Notes page 57, and the matter has been decided by Honorable ITAT Chandigarh A Bench on 11th April 2025. Thank you, friends.